Okay, we have here to another interesting integral from the UNSW Integration Bee 2023. This was from round 2, problem 8. We have the integral of dx over x to the 1/2 plus x to the 1/3. Okay, now when I was doing this, I kind of spent a little time fooling around with how these two different exponents were going to work. And what I came to with this is I wanted to think about this in terms of a common denominator, that I could take x to the 1/2 and I can actually write that as x to the 3/6. And then with x to the 1/3, I could write this as x to the 2/6. And now we have this kind of common denominator of 6 in each case. So then x to the 3/6, this is going to be the same as x to the 1/6 cubed. And this one here is going to be the same thing as x to the 1/6 squared. And then from here, my thinking is now that we have this term here in common, x to the 1/6, I want to do a u substitution and make that my u. So I'm going to call u equal to x to the 1/6. And because maybe we're more comfortable dealing with integer exponents, what I can do is take this to the 6th on both sides. And so then we end up with x is going to be equal to u to the 6th. Then from here, I can take my derivative, get a value for dx, which is going to be 6u to the 5 du. And now that we have this substitution, you'll notice again that this value, x to the 3/6, which is the same thing as, this is the same thing as x to the 1/2, which we have right here, but it's also the same thing as u cubed. And then doing the same thing here, this x to the 1/3 term, this thing is going to actually be the same thing as u squared. So now at this point, I think we have everything we need right over here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just make a substitution with this. So we have our dx value in the numerator, which is 6u to the 5th. I'm going to bring my 6 up front as a constant, and we'll have u to the 5th du in the numerator. X to the 1/2 is going to be u cubed, and then x to the 1/3 is going to be u squared. And then with a quick rewrite, notice we can factor a u squared out of this denominator. So I can write this as u squared times u plus 1, and u to the 5th I can write as u squared times u cubed du, just so that we can see we're clearly getting some cancellation right there. Now at this point, the thing that we typically do with a higher power in the numerator is we could do polynomial long division. I usually try to avoid that and just try to simplify it on my own. So what I'm going to do, if I just add a 1 and subtract a 1 here, I'm adding 0, so I'm not changing it, but this is going to let me split it into two integrals. So when I do that, the first integral is going to be, we'll write as u cubed plus 1. For the second integral, I'm going to take my minus 1 and distribute in the 6. We'll have a minus 6 in front, and this is going to be just du over u plus 1. Now this integral is really easy, of course. This one, we still have our kind of long division thing that we avoided. But what I can do now with u cubed plus 1, this becomes a sum of two cubes. For a sum of two cubes, for that formula, what I can do is I can just write this as u plus 1 times u squared minus u plus 1. And we'll just bring that back into our numerator right here. And that's going to allow me to do some cancellation. So what happens next is our u plus 1 is just going to cancel with u plus 1. But that's really nice because this is going to just be power roll. And so we can just integrate this and basically finish it off. So let's do this. So I'm going to bring a 6 out front here. Integrating all this stuff is going to be u cubed over 3 minus u squared over 2 plus u. Then doing this next one, this is going to be actually natural log of absolute value u plus 1. Now I just want to distribute in my 6, and we're going to also need to back substitute with some of these values. But it's nice because we have our u cubed and u squared, and we have our u, of course. So we have everything we need up here. Multiplying in the 6 here, we're going to have 2 times u cubed, but u cubed is x to the 1/2. Then here, multiplying in the 6, is going to give me a minus 3. U squared is x to the 1/3. And then just here, we're going to have 6u, which is going to be x to the 1/6. Then for this next piece, I'm going to have minus 6, natural log, absolute value, our u value of x to the 1/6 plus 1. Just add a plus c on the end, and that's going to be it. Okay, good problem. I'm going to stop it there. Thanks everyone for watching today. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.